It's week 11 of the 2024 season, and we've got the rocket-armed Will Levis. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Titans and the Vikings, just ahead on EA Sports.
Just across the Cumberland River from those neon lights of Broadway, we welcome you inside Nissan Stadium here in Nashville. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field.
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Vikings led out by the rookie, J.J. McCarthy. Won the national championship at the University of Michigan. Wasn't asked to throw it a ton during that championship run, but very athletic, very impressive. And Greg, he's the guy for the Vikes.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he just looked indecisive. He didn't look like he was very comfortable operating within this system, and it led to a combination of poor throws and, frankly, a lot of bad decisions. I think he needs to stop just locking in on one guy, let the offense unfold, trust what the play caller and the game plan have established. I think if he can just operate the offense and not feel like it's all on his shoulders to create everything, I think it'll allow him to just take a little bit of a deep breath, let the game come to him, and have a lot more success than he did last week.
Play action now. It's McCarthy. He's going to keep it himself. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now the former rushing champ, it's Kareem Hunt. And some good blocking, springing up a gain of 9 as we get to 3rd down. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. Titans coming out with their quarterback, Will Levis. Good performance last year. Taken early in that 2nd round in the 2023 draft. Greg, this quarterback out of Kentucky could be the future for Tennessee.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Vikings offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Now, a carry for Hunt. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Hunt. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the first down.
Here's a run with Hunt. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit-and duck for this pass rush.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Titans offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They were 3 and out first time around. They'll begin anew here in this scoreless game. It's 1st and 10. Levis to throw it here on 1st down. That's the veteran, Mercedes Lewis.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible, and sometimes it's by...
This one intercepted. Picked off by Mekhi Blackman. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. And the defense comes up with the first points of this one. It is a pick 6 to make it a 6-0 lead.
And, Mike, we talked all week which offense was going to be able to strike first and play with the lead. Well, the defense, they had other plans. They're able to put the first points on the board by capitalizing with that pick 6.
On now for the extra point, here's Will Reichert. He's got it, and the Vikings will take a 7-0 lead. Reichert out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On 1st and 10, here's Levis. His pass caught. It's Chigokonkwo. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, Levis. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Levis. That one complete. It's Tyler Boyd. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. At the 44-yard line. Now the former Tulane star. Here's Tyjae Spears. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. The veteran safety Harrison Smith. They're on the stop. It's 3rd and 1. On the bootleg, it's Levis. He's got his man. That's Boyd. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Still 1st down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Moving the tight end right. Levis to throw. Right back to Boyd. He's got it again. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. On the RPO, a pass taken by Ridley. And a good job to make sure he didn't get loose. Brought down around the 7. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The line of scrimmage, the 7 for 2nd and goal. To throw is Levis. That's caught by Spears out of the backfield. Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for 3rd and goal. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. There is a marker down, but I think this score is going to hold up.
Offside. Defense. That penalty is declined.
The veteran Nick Folk here for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Titans will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. Richie James now on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. Take a look here at those receiving numbers from his game a week ago. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll fake the give, and now, oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
Here's a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on third down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of third down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
The Titans offense ready to get back at it. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. On the ground, it's Spears to start the drive. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Second down and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Spears. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here. The ground will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. Back to the air, it's Levis. That's to the left side, caught by Ridley. A gain there of 15. That's good for a Titan first down.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a first down.
And this defense having nothing of that, they get him down behind the line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Levis to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. 3rd and long. Levis. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
The Vikings offense about ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And this will wind up a Vikings first down. He gets it up past the 30 to the 32.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Right back to him on first down. And let's give him about 4 on that one. Jack Gibbons is there to bring him down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That's taken in by Kareem Hunt. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. 2 first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle, and a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. And we're back in Music City after this. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. On play action, here's McCarthy. Going for it all. And he'll be taken down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So the big play gets him down close. And now it's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. He slams it in there, and he is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Makes the score Vikings 14, Titans 7.
Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. This fielded at about the 9. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Titans offense back onto the field for their next possession. About set for our next drive. We're going to take a peek ahead what's coming up later tonight. Sunday Night Football has the Colts and Jets AFC matchup at MetLife Stadium. And then tomorrow night on Monday Night Football, it's down to the Lone Star State for an in-state battle. Texans and Cowboys at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Levis with a give to Spears. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
There's a guy, Mike, who just refuses to go down. You'd love to see the old school kind of stiff arm. Get off me. Ability to break these tackles and still pick up big yards.
Once again, it's Spears. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Levis. A throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
It is 3rd and 10. Now Levis. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The Vikings offense and their running back set to go once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's McCarthy. His pass caught by Richie James. And they'll mark him down up beyond the 30. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Up the middle they go. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Off the bootleg, it's McCarthy. Here's a ball thrown deep, right sideline.
It was clear from the jump, Mike, that he wanted to take a shot downfield, bought himself a little extra time by moving the launch point. Ball just kind of sailed on him a little bit and ends up falling harmlessly out of bounds.
That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet in bounds. A big third down pickup for a first down. They continue to roll, continue to move the chains. That was a gain of 15.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Flags coming. Looks like there was movement on the right side of the O-line. In motion, it's Jefferson. Back to the ground after the penalty. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Elijah Holden on the tackle. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 15 at the Titans' 44-yard line.
Throwing on second down is McCarthy. Look wide. Get this one complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. McCarthy from the gun here on third down. And that is incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. And it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Austin McNamara now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Titans offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Levis. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
1st and 10. From the gun, it's Levis. Short pass taken in by the tight end. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2.
At the Vikings' 48-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Spears. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
Here's Levis to throw. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver, and that's going to lead to a fourth down.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. And that ball incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. To throw, it's McCarthy. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. They get 15 on that game. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
There's nothing harder in sports than being a young rookie starting quarterback. So here you have J.J. McCarthy. We saw him accomplish everything there was to have in Michigan in college, and now he finds himself in the league trying to make the adjustment. But if there's one thing every rookie quarterback would love to have, Mike, it's Justin Jefferson.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll stick with him again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. 2nd down and 8. Looking to throw, McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now McCarthy. Open man, he's got Agnew. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
He'll find his receiver. It's James. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Throwing again is McCarthy. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to...
And this one's going to be intercepted. It's L'Jarius Sneed. And the Titans will take over here just past the 30.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The home team's offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Throwing is Levis. That's to the right side and incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first, as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. They'll motion the tight end, Thomas. Not wanting to risk another sack, they're going to play it safe with a run. That is not going to work at all. He'll manage to only get back to the line of scrimmage very short of the first down. 4th down coming up. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. He's going to let this one go deep. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now a give on the ground. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Defense. Still 2nd down.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was our visitors who were able to walk away with the road victory. Jaden Daniels, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. These two teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico.
Third quarter
and Greg
set
Olson.
to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here's 1st and 10. They go play action with Levis. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
1 yard gain.
Here's a 2nd and 9.
At the 47-yard line.
They'll run the toss to Spears. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Levis to throw. He'll try to run for it. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Vikings have got it. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
The visitors' offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Now, a carry for Hunt. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to the 45. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On the ground, this is Hunt. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The home team's offense and quarterback Will Levis ready for their next possession. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball, and that's what he's done in this one. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 24-yard line.
Back to the air, it's Levis. Here comes the screen to Spears. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
To throw is Levis. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Vikings offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Here's a run with Hunt. Well, he shows you the elusiveness getting out of one tackle, but not the other. Fortunate, really, to get back to the line of scrimmage on that play. He'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, he'll get it again. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Jack Gibbons is there to bring him down. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. He'll let this go deep for Jefferson.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
The Titans offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Here's Levis. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. This is incomplete, but there is a flag. It is back at the line of scrimmage, and this could be a 1st down.
Automatic 1st down.
A run with Spears. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw is Levis. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. It's a gain of 10 yards. 1st down for Tennessee.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Titans 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Spears. He'll push forward for about a yard. Blake Cashman up from the linebacker's spot to make the tackle.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
A 2nd down throw here for Levis. That's to the left side, caught by Ridley. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run here with Spears.
If you send your field goal unit on the field, Mike, it gives you a chance to chip away at this deficit. But I think I'm keeping my offense on the field. I'm going to one of my critical plays on my call sheet. Keep this drive alive. The hope is to come away with 6.
They'll try it now with Spears. He's going to pick up a Titans 1st down. He's brought down after a gain of 7 on 4th and 2.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it. Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Still 2nd down.
Here's Spears. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss. I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's James. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
A gain of 16 yards.
Well, any fear they might have had that they'd come out of the halftime break flat has completely gone out the window. They're not content, Mike, here, just having the lead. They're looking to extend it. A couple more plays like that, they're going to find themselves in scoring territory here very quickly.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At their 48-yard line.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he's close to the first down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down. 3rd and a yard. We'll try to pick this one up on the ground. And he will work this down to the 43-yard line, and that is enough for a first down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
They'll try and throw it with McCarthy. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
First down, Vikings.
Now a handoff running right. He's going to force his way for a yard or 2, but looks like this one's going to be coming back. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. There's Jefferson.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. They'll go play action here with McCarthy. The pressure gets there. He'll go down. There's a penalty flag down as well. This could very well be a hold. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. To throw once more, here's McCarthy. Now they'll set up the screen for Hunt. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They'll start out first down and 10. They'll start this drive on the ground with Spears. Not much there. maybe a yard. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Off the play fake, it's Levis. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Big play coming up. This is third down. Out of the shotgun, Levis. He'll try and get there on the ground. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
And that just can't happen. Third and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long first down.
Not much. Second and long coming up.
Hassan Haskins, the ball carrier, taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
They send Ridley in motion. On second down, Levis. Looking middle, and he's got Ridley.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 38-yard line.
They send Ridley in motion. Throwing on second down, Levis. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. A big play looming here. They need to convert. It is third and inches. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And he's going to have a Titans first down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches.
That's another Titans first down.
From the gun, it's Levis. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The gain of 7.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
At the 28-yard line.
He'll try the right side this time. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Third down, 3 to go.
Down and 4.
Levis to throw. He's got his tight end. That's a Okonkwo. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Critical third down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
They send Ridley in motion. Levis to throw on 1st and 10. He'll get this out wide.
Complete to 0. Calvin Ridley. Out of bounds at the 19-yard line. A gain of 2.
Tight end motioning left. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment, defense. Still second down.
Back to the ground after the penalty. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
Levis. That's taken in by Burks. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on third, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 3rd and goal coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
Here's Levis. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Taking off, and he will get into the end zone. Will Levis, touchdown Titans. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. From the 6, here comes a return. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
At the 44-yard line.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. Kirsten Darrisaw, the 1st-round pick in 2021. Guilty that time. On play action, here's McCarthy. He'll find Jefferson coming across the field. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. Here's a 3rd and 10. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
The Titans offense make their way out to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. This one complete to Ridley. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Now a give on the ground. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing.
It's now 3rd and 4.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So now the veteran, Nick Folk, with an important kick. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. And he has missed this one. No good. And this lead will stay right where it is.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. This one complete to Oliver. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, here's McCarthy. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. They'll stop it here with 1:07 on the clock. Throwing again is McCarthy. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. His throw left side is complete. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. That's caught by Hunt.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. That's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
They go with Hunt. So big spot coming for the kicker, Will Riker. This to force overtime. The Titans will use the first of their timeouts. So here we go. Big spot for the rookie. This one he's got to have. This one is on target, and it is good. And we are almost certainly bound for overtime.
And that's just a big-time kick right there. I mean, think about all the things running through this kicker's head. He knows if he misses it, this game's over. But he's cool. He's calm. He steps up, takes a deep breath, and he knocks it through to extend this game.
So, overtime coming up, not a playoff game, so a quick reminder of the rules. Each team gets one possession unless the opening possession is a touchdown. Then it's game over. Any defensive score ends the game. Each team gets a couple of timeouts, and all replays come from upstairs. If the first OT ends in a tie, so does the game. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. This will be returned from the 6. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The home team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. On play action, here's Levis. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll run. It's a counter. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now, Levis. And that is incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out, go up for an offensive rebound, and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Hunt. Nice gain on 1st down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? Now a 1st throw here in overtime. And that is really well read defensively. They get him down back at the 9-yard line.
When you call a bubble screen, you're really putting a lot of faith that your skill players, your wide receivers and backs, are going to be able to hold up there in space as blockers, and when you don't, sometimes you end up going backwards. I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air. They've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least 1 1st down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot. It's almost like the defense knew the back was getting the ball there, because from the moment the ball was snapped, there was a defender all over him, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings. And he's on for a big one here in overtime. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down.
Return team.
So that'll cost them half the distance. Off the play fake, it's Levis. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
They face 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll stick with him again. Good running there. He's got the 1st down inside the 30.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll motion the tight end, Thomas. Throwing on 2nd down, Levis. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. Looking for room out on the edge. You're not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
You have to wonder if next time, does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
So now the veteran, Nick Folk, with an important kick. This one to win it in overtime. This kick is good. He got it. It took overtime, but they will walk off the field with the victory.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So it's a win here for the Titans. They knew a field goal would do it, and a pressure kick from distance was right on the money. They come away with the victory here in overtime. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans winners here in Music City as we say so long from Nashville.